Hi Aquarius, this is your energy reading for the week of June 8th through the 12th. I will be getting clarity on a situation that you'll be dealing with that week, and then afterwards I'll get some advice from your guides. To start off, the overall energy for this reading is the Page of Wands. So this reading will be around trying to remain optimistic about a situation or connection, or trying to take an optimistic approach to whatever you're dealing with. For the recent past, you have the Four of Pentacles, the Devil card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Pentacles. So you're trying to create some positive changes within a connection or situation you're dealing with after gaining freedom from a toxic connection, or overcoming an addiction to a toxic situation or behavior. And that's leading you to, and that led you to some type of collaboration, a meeting, or an event. For the immediate future, you have the Death card, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So you decided you want to move forward within a situation or a connection after deciding to, or you're wanting to permanently bring it into unwelcome change, resistance to change. You're wanting to bring it into your resistance to change. And that's leading you to some type of emotional offer or emotional pill. For the immediate outcome, you have the Three of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the High Priestess. So you are realizing that you are coming to terms with being unfaithful in a connection during a separation, or maybe it caused a separation. I'm reflecting on that. It's causing you to, or wanting to come to terms with that, it's causing you to resist something. It's causing you to struggle and resist something, leading you to spirituality, or maybe to connect with someone who's highly intuitive or spiritual. I went ahead and pulled a few clarification cards to get a clear picture of what's going on underneath for you. For the overall energy, the Page of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So you're trying to remain positive about a connection by focusing on making positive changes within it. After reconnecting with someone from your past that you had walked away from. Or maybe you reconnect with them because you wanted to start a new path, or go to a new direction with them. For the recent past, for the Four of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So you're trying to create some positive changes after disconnecting or overcoming a toxic situation, or being free from a toxic connection that was causing some disharmony in a love connection of yours. And maybe this toxicity happened during a time of separation from this person, because you weren't putting in the effort for happier times within this connection. We're not putting the effort to create social events or social activity. For the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So you're trying to create positive changes in this connection for happiness and stability within it, within this marriage, for some of you. By coming clean and really telling the truth about your past behavior, your unfaithfulness in this connection. Maybe maybe some spiteful behavior too, possibly, for some of you. For the Three of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So you're doing this collaboration, this event or meeting, hoping to please someone else, the other person in this connection. And you're doing this for them, basically, after you took action to sabotage this connection. For the immediate future, for the Death card, you have the Star card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So you're wanting to permanently bring an end to your resistance to change in this connection. Maybe it was through repeated negative patterns. This resistance to change is because in this connection was because of your lack of commitment to this traditional relationship or this marriage. And this lack of commitment was by being an uncaring or unsupportive partner because of wish fulfillment, or maybe wanting to be famous or wealthy, or being popular, possibly. For the Three of Wands, you have the Magician, the Eight of Wands, and the Judgment. So you're deciding you want to focus on moving forward with this connection. Through forgiveness. After really communicating and having a conversation, a face-to-face conversation about a connection, the Magician. This could be someone that's a jack of all trades. Sometimes it could be a entertainer, or maybe someone who's a celebrity or a famous person. You have a conversation about this connection, or maybe you have a conversation about the magician is you, that you want to be this magician, this entertainer, this celebrity or famous person. For the Page of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So you're seeking maybe making an emotional offer or an appeal, maybe an apology for some of you, possibly through messages of love, through a period of confusion for yourself, or lack of clarity about what you wanted, by just opening yourself up to many opportunities to really overindulge in excitement and passion. For the immediate outcome, for the Three of Swords, you have the Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. So you're reflecting and really coming to terms with being unfaithful in this connection, through separation because of your lack of commitment to this relationship, through your lack of relation and causing trust issues within this relationship, because you were starting to lose interest or enthusiasm for this connection because of unwelcome changes or unpleasant changes, or this could be lost opportunities. You were losing out opportunities, so you were starting to lose interest and enthusiasm for the connection. For the Five of Wands, you have the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So really trying to come to terms with being unfaithful in this connection is causing you to struggle and resist immediately reconnecting and stepping back into that role as a partner, as a soulmate, by not accepting an offer, an opportunity to connect with your Empress, your spouse, your partner, your soulmate. And that's leading to the High Priestess, spirituality, or connecting with someone that's highly intuitive and spiritual. And you have the King of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Three of Pentacles. So the spirituality, connecting with someone by some type of collaboration, meeting, or an event, so that you can be honest and really find out what the outcome of the situation of being a uncaring and unsupportive partner will be. So you can find out what the outcome is. You can be honest with this person and really find out what's going to happen because you were uncaring and unsupportive in this relationship. Now let's see what your guides have to say. Any advice for the Aquarius watching? Boredom. Tedium, disappointment, emptiness, frustration. Dig deeper. There's more of you to uncover, express, and share. Life is relatively stable and calm now, and you've achieved a certain degree of predictability and comfort on a day-to-day basis. However, something is lacking in the way of deeper fulfillment. Your teacher guides gather in response to this emptiness. They gently remind you that there's more to your soul than you are presently expressing. They are calling upon you to share more of yourself with the world and let your hidden or forgotten talents come forward. Trust these beautiful guides as they lovingly urge you to set aside your reservations and unearth and express your hidden gifts. They wisely counsel you that any restlessness, emptiness, or boredom you feel isn't the result of something wrong in your life, but rather is a reminder that there is more of you to express. Your teacher guides invite you to take advantage of your present peace and use your good fortune to explore your deeper spiritual and creative callings. For example, start a meditation group course, enroll in a filmmaking class, learn Reiki, begin writing, or maybe even teach a class for others. Stretch and ask more of yourself and give more of yourself to others. So this boredom isn't around your current situation. It just means that you're not fulfilling your potential, your full potential in life. And that is it for the Aquarius reading, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.